Hello from me as well. Now, let's look at how we approach learning from organisms and how this can contribute to our design process. We're very much interested in exploring organisms that adapt to their environment and harvest the maximum amount of energy. This exploration takes place in two strands. One is to understand the morphology of the organism. Second is to study the behavior of such organisms and how they have a symbiotic relationship with their environments and its inhabitants. Here we can see an example of a biopolymer infused with algae with the aim to create a symbiotic relationship with the skin and the environment. Within this process, we use computation to explore the principles behind growth and also to simulate and speculate the response and interdependencies of the organisms with the environment. Within the field of material science and technology, there have been fascinating advancements, and we can start seeing how this could be applied within the next 5 to 10 years. As a fabrication strategy, we're keen to explore adaptable solutions with reduced environmental impact and also looking at using the minimum amount of materials. It is also key to start considering the life cycle of such systems and how they get integrated with our built environment. Digging deeper into understanding technologies that will mature enough for mass customization within a decade, we speculate on how such structures could be built and how we may crowdsource efforts in the field. So for this, we have carried out international workshop series along COMICAT conferences. We develop with our students a critical understanding towards the synthesis between various forms of intelligence. Thus, the overarching principles of the concept sit under the umbrella of participatory design. This can be seen as various levels of exchanges, so peer-to-peer collaboration, machine and environment symbiosis, and human-machine interactions. It has been a great learning experience working with our students as we were exposed and introduced to areas of the world that we wouldn't have been otherwise. We have had students from Eurasia to American continents, each contributing their unique knowledge, solar data, and climate issues of their home, and get to know interesting biological species across the globe. Most importantly, every context has varying socioeconomic capacities and cultural technologies. We have selected 8 projects to share with you and see how the students have been pushing for local implementation of the brief and their participants' own critical variation of the pipeline. For instance, the project Lichenic Spherical Blobs introduced us to the highlands. The student learned from lichen in the design of the solar and fog harvesting installation. In the project, we can see a symbiotic relationship where algae cells do the photosynthesis while being fed with nutrients and water is gathered from the surrounding tissue. The growth pattern is based on Laplacian growth and Safram-Stalion's instability model. Whereas in this project, the students investigated reflective light harvesting, applying solar concentrator in high-rise areas in London to tackle problems of overshadowing from tall buildings and the lack of interactive spaces and sensorial simulation. They speculated on light harvesting elements with fiber optic cables to ensure good distribution of light, despite the canopy-like typology. They developed these very beautiful geometries coming from fractal patterns which adapted to solar data input at different levels, creating a full fractal planar structure with specific mirror focal points. They also put delicate treatments on the ground condition, creating focused light meeting areas with the play of light in the plaza that gives special attention to changes in season, directing more light to the ground in winter and less in the summer. They integrated light-focusing canopy devices and local harvesting columns where different urban elements collaborate in power generation.